Welcome to Can I Park Here? Brought to you by FindAFashionTruck.com. Nashay and Estrell's mission is to inspire future and existing small business owners. They don't claim to be experts. They're simply trying to figure this all out, just like you.
Hello, and welcome to the Can I Park Here podcast. I'm your host, Nashay Snow, and I'm here with
Estrell Riles.
Today we're doing something a little bit different. We are actually going to start recording some of our one-on-one conversations with video. So you'll see a live, well, not live, but a video of us on YouTube. The other interviews will remain audio, but we thought that
and
we would
edit
at least...
it.
Yes, this is... So what you hear on the podcast will be edited, but of course, if you go to YouTube and look at the video, it will be uncut, and you will hear all of our mistakes.
Yeah, but mostly from the show.
Wow. I tell you what, if you ever want to improve the way you speak, you talk, start a podcast, because you will forever be improving and trying to sound more articulate and not say and like in your favorite phrases over and over again. So, we're still learning.
Yeah, it's very, very, very hard.
Yeah, it's like extremely hard. So I know that I've jinxed myself now, and I'm going to say at least 10 times.
But moving on, we want to tell everybody about the new website design for StarterFashionTruck.com. It's super awesome, and I love it. And it's all courtesy of Nashay.
Yeah,
she does have a little design skills. I mean, I probably could have done better.
Wow.
But she did a good job.
The first design we had was really just to draw people in and let them know a little bit more about us. But now Find a Fashion Truck has been up for about a year, but Start a Fashion Truck actually has only been up about 6 to 8 months. I don't even know. And because we started it in the fall, several months after we started Find a Fashion Truck. And so now that we've kind of established StarterFashionTruck.com, we just wanted to immediately let people know on the homepage what content is available, so you guys can kind of quickly get to like some of our latest posts or podcasts.
Right. And on StarterFashionTruck.com, you will have all of the new podcasts. You will have access to Business Tip Tuesdays that we post. You will have access to our fashion finds, the Feature Truck Friday post, and so many more goodies.
You can also, of course, sign up for the newsletter that we put out every month, and we're going to try to increase like the emails, not too much, but maybe a couple more a month to let either fashion trucks or fashion truck owners know what's going on. But most importantly, even though you guys, if you've heard the other podcasts, you know that I am a Apple junkie. But I want to show my Android peeps some love. So we have an Android button on the website now. So Android lovers, you can easily find apps that you could use to download our podcast and other great podcasts out there too.
Yeah. Also, we have free downloadable wallpaper available. And we are trying to brand our new hashtag, which is hashtag Fashion Truck Takeover. And it's a blinged out metallic gold wallpaper, and the shade, she shouldn't have did it because I freaking love it. I'm putting it everywhere. It's on my phone. It's on my desktop. It's just everything. I'm probably going to print it out and make a poster to hang on my wall.
Wow. I
love metallic gold.
With foil.
I'm going to have a t-shirt.
Foil printing.
But go to the website and download your free copy of the wallpaper. And
Absolutely.
you can put it on Instagram and tag us in the post, and we'll give you a shout out.
Absolutely. And then, one large thing that also prompted the new website design is our consulting page, because we're offering brand consulting. As you guys know, we have a lot of expertise in design. So, just design in general, like Estrell's more on the kind of like the tactical design, like choosing colors and fabrics and doing DIY. And then I'm more of literally the graphic design and web design. And then we both also are social media junkies. So just kind of branding and making sure we're always putting ourselves out there no matter what business we're doing it for. It's kind of our thing. And we find ourselves often giving advice to friends, and then with as soon as we launched actually Find a Fashion Truck, we got several emails with people asking us various things. So we decided to put those into packages, which are now available on the website. So you could get our services in a variety of packages starting at $50 to $350.
Right. So, if you want to support us, go ahead, check out the website and the consulting page.
Yeah, because we're really excited, and we just want to just get started. It's really exciting. We have 4 packages available. We have the getting started for new business owners, the next level for existing business owners. One topic, because sometimes people just email us about one thing, and then the website review. So, especially for me, like I cannot tell you how many websites I go to, and they're just not really set up to be search engine optimized. So search engines like Google can pick them up. And there's also, sometimes like little things wrong with websites too. So, for example, like one thing with your website right now, if you use any kind of like Wix or any what you see is what you get, like website developer thing, check all your social media accounts. I can't tell you how many websites I've gone to, and I'll click on the Facebook link that's on the bottom of their page or the top of their page, and it'll go to the Wix Facebook page.
Right.
So it's like little things like that where it's like people sometimes forget the details, and then just like that, you've lost someone who could have potentially liked your Facebook page because your website isn't set up properly. So that website review will consist of a whole host of things that will just make it easier for your users.
Right. And, Nashay and I, we love what we do. We most of the time give away information for free, and that's fine. Like we even have a Facebook group called Let's Talk About Fashion Trucks. And all of the fashion truck owners and, people who want to have fashion trucks in the future, they ask us questions all the time. We research things for them, and we like giving out information and helping the truck owners succeed and improve their business. But we still need to put it out there for the more intricate services. There is a fee for those services now.
Hmm. But yeah, so that's kind of like our website in a nutshell. Lots of goodies, and know that even with the consulting, we're still going to continue to give out all kind of free business advice and business tips that you can find on the blog. And but yeah, we would love to hear your thoughts. If you love it, if you hate it, how it works for you. In mobile form and desktop form. We're always open to feedback. If there's a blog article that you think we should cover, a topic, excuse me, that you think we should cover for the blog, let us know. If there's a package in the consulting that you think we should offer, we're open to that too. So we look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, and if you ever have any, it could be a random question, whatever you want to ask us, please feel free to do so. We have a feature at the website called Ask FFT. You can actually leave a voice recording and leave us a question, and we'll get back to you, and we can actually answer it for you on the next upcoming podcast episode.
Yeah. But let's, I guess, get to what this podcast is about. And that is helping you stay more organized when it comes to all of your social media accounts. So, in past episodes, we've talked to others about just managing like Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter and Instagram. And some people have Snapchat. We refuse to do Snapchat.
I don't know what that is.
I can't do it.
What exactly is it? Is that video or something? Like, I don't even know. Like,
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like video and texting and some other stuff. It's the I think every generation probably uses it, but it is probably most popular in the younger generation, like high school and
that's
college. Yeah,
mm,
but it's just kind of one more thing, and you know, I think any of the professionals out there will tell you, you don't have to get onto every social media like
right.
thing out there. You can pick and choose what's right for your business and what will reach the audience you want to reach. So, for example, if Snapchat would reach an audience that was right for Find a Fashion Truck, we would totally be on Snapchat. But realistically, the people, not saying all the people on there, but most of the people on there aren't probably interested in business and starting their own fashion truck. Some people are, so not being judgy here, but I think most people are on there really just for entertainment value only. So we picked social media accounts that were right for us.
Yeah. So with all of these accounts, it becomes overwhelming, especially if you're busy, if you're out running the business, running your truck all day, every day. When do you have time for social media? The thing is, you need social media. Social media is how people find out about you. You need to constantly not spam people, but constantly push out content on all of your social media accounts so that people can stay up to date with you and so that you can stay relevant on social media. You need to let people know what you're doing, what your products are, where you are at any particular time, just so you can keep people engaged. So it's kind of tedious to go to each individual app and update, what it is you're doing, or if you have a new product. So there are certain social media tools which are free that will allow you to push out content to multiple apps so that you will only have to do it once. And then you can also schedule for future days and times for the content to be pushed out. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Facebook page app. So with the Facebook page app, you are able to schedule future posts. You can pick the date, you can pick the time, and it'll automatically push out the content for you. And you can also set it up to where it'll sync with Twitter. So if your post goes out tomorrow on Facebook at 5 p.m., it'll also push out to Twitter at the same time. So it's actually kind of great because you don't have to do that much. The only bad thing is that Twitter is the only other social media account that the Facebook Pages app syncs with. So that kind of sucks. But it still works great. And you can schedule as many posts as you want. You can create drafts and schedule them. Like, I believe right now, I probably have about 50 posts scheduled in our Facebook Pages app. So you can do as many as you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one kind of the bread and butter is like Hootsuite. which is another method of scheduling posts. You can schedule posts for Twitter or Facebook or both. And it's great because Hootsuite, you can use it on a desktop. You can use the app. And I'll say on the desktop, there's like little bookmarklets. And even on, you can put on the browser on your phone too, at least I know for iPhone. So it's really easy to see content. So let's say if I find a fashion truck article that I think people would be interested in, I click my little Hootsuite bookmarklet and just usually have it auto schedule it. So you could either pick a day and time that you wanted to go out, or you can have Hootsuite do its little magic and have it like just post it when it thinks it'll get the most hits.
And I think that that's cool with Hootsuite. Facebook doesn't have that functionality, which kind of sucks because you have to manually like figure out what day and time you want to schedule the post. And if you're doing multiple posts, it's kind of difficult to know, well, what did I schedule for tomorrow? Like what time? So you have to go back into the scheduler to see what times you schedule for tomorrow, just so that you don't schedule the new post at that same time. Right. So Hootsuite is a little bit more user friendly, and it has more tools to offer you.
Absolutely. And then also in Hootsuite, which is a new feature, which is making me use it more now, is before like last week or the week before last, when you scheduled a Twitter post and you scheduled it with a picture, the picture would not show up in a Twitter feed. And that really burned me up because even though, most people know Twitter for the 140 characters or less, like people really do interact and engage with images. So I stopped using Hootsuite for a while because it didn't have it, but recently it implemented it. So if you are using Hootsuite and you didn't know about that, it's really simple. Like you just go onto Hootsuite, you click on your image like on the top left, and you go into your Twitter settings. And in your Twitter settings, you could change your image upload to pic.twitter.com, and then it will start to send your actual picture out and it'll show up in your feed. So I don't know, Hootsuite is just a great time saver. It's awesome.
And the thing is, what you have to think about, like some people might be wondering, well, I have to take the time to sit down and schedule all these posts to push out for future dates. Well, if you really think about it, it's more, I guess, time efficient for you to take that one chunk of time to schedule everything out for a week or for 2 weeks versus every time you have new content, you have to put it out to Twitter. You have to put it out to Instagram. You have to put it out to, Google Plus or all of the individual apps, separately. And I think it's more beneficial to you for you to set aside that one chunk of time, maybe at the beginning of the week, to do all of that at once.
Mm-hmm. Now, I primarily use like Hootsuite for Facebook and Twitter, but I'm actually in the app right now and I see they do have like a Tumblr, a YouTube app. They've got some other ones in here that I don't recognize. I see some VidPic for Instagram. I don't know how well that works because I don't think anything works with Instagram because Instagram really wants you to be active. And then there's like this Tailwind for Pinterest. So there might be other apps that work in Hootsuite besides Twitter and Facebook that will allow you to kind of schedule your posts for multiple social networks. Right. I would just go in there and mess with it, even though I'm primarily talking about Facebook and Twitter.
Right. And Hootsuite feeds to Google Plus too, right?
I believe so.
Okay. Does anybody even use Google Plus though? I think so.
It's interesting. there used to be before Google Plus, there was like a lot of bloggers used to use something. I think it was called like Google Friends or something like that. People had thousands of followers, and then Google Plus came out. And I think people are slowly trying to trickle over to Google Plus, even though I
Mm,
don't think the Google Friends or whatever it was called has been completely sunset. But I mean, some people do use it. It's kind of weird. Google Plus isn't like the most friendliest like social networking place, but it's not bad. But since it's Google, we do have a presence on there because it's Google. So any place we could be on Google, we want to be on there because we know it's going to help with our search engine optimization and kind of confirming that Find a Fashion Truck and Start a Fashion Truck is in a million different places. At least links to our content is in a million different places.
right. And that's what you want to do too. You want to make sure your content is in as many places as possible so
Hmm.
that people will know who you are and know how to find you.
Absolutely. And even, things that help us is like we have like on my browser right now, I have a Pinterest bookmarklet and I have that on my phone too. So it'll easily allow me to pin like our content as we post it, new content. And then also when I see other things like, if you haven't, head on over to pinterest.com/FFT underscore official, or you could just probably type find a fashion truck in the search. And, anytime I see like pictures of inside of boutiques or jewelry or just anything that's fabulous, it's like an easy way for me to pin content. But as you pin more beautiful content, then people are more probably more willing to like really dig into like your other boards and then see boards that are just dedicated to your content as well.
Right. And if you are not a social media person, that's understandable. But you need to at least pick one or two to kind of focus your time on. And me personally, I'm more prone to stick with Facebook, and then I just feed from Facebook to Twitter. And then, of course, I do Instagram separately. And I let Nashay deal with all of those other tedious little sites, especially Pinterest.
Yeah,
But
it's so weird. I think and that's another thing too. Like if you're in a team, it's good to split stuff up. So, like if we look at all of our social networking sites, like Pinterest, yeah, I just do Pinterest. I don't know why Astro doesn't touch it, and it's not that you don't like Pinterest, but and I wish
but
I
I think
actually.
what it is Nishay is a Pinterest Nazi. The pictures have to be oh so freaking perfect. So if they're not perfect, she's not gonna pin it. So I don't want her to yell at me, and I don't want her to like try to like beat me up because I pinned an ugly picture.
So, but I'm different. So, wow, you outed me. Okay,
Yeah, I did.
people out there. Okay, if you go, so I have a personal Pinterest page, which is pinterest.com/taluk. And for that, and this is what you'll have to decide for your brand, right? Like the kind of look and feel you want. So for my personal, I only pin images that are really large and really crisp. So when I'm looking at my feed and looking at my boards, or if anyone else is, like there's this kind of like this euphoric state that you go into because
Listen to how
everything
she
just
talks about
looks
it. Like
so
Pinterest is her boyfriend.
beautiful. I mean,
Just
I
listen to
get
her.
in this like happy place. Now, for Find a Fashion Truck, I'm not so like wedded to having to have every picture just right. So my goal for Find a Fashion Truck more is just even if images aren't extremely large or in the right format, like I prefer vertical versus horizontal. It's okay. I still pick like beautiful things, but if they're not all high res images, I'm okay with that because I'm using it more for just like mood boards, and everything doesn't have to be perfect because of that. Hmm.
Yay.
So,
Your little rant made me forget my whole point.
well, we were going. Dang. So, anywho, good. So, I do Pinterest mainly. Been slacking on it, but I'm going to pin more. So, head on over there. And then Facebook is really, Estrell's baby.
And then we kind of share Instagram, and then Twitter is all in the shade. I won't touch Twitter. Like,
Yeah, if you
I
get a
can't.
response on Twitter, it's probably from me. And Periscope too, I think we've used it maybe once or twice, which is where you can live broadcast. I plan to use that more um, when I go to some of like the fashion truck events to do live, just so people can see like the inside of trucks and maybe talk to some of the fashion truck owners too. So if you're not, go ahead and follow us on Twitter and on Periscope. It's the same FFT underscore official underscore. But I primarily handle that because Estrell isn't a Twitter person, but I'm working on her.
It will never happen.
But it makes it easier, even though we dabble in all of them. We do have kind of like our dedicated networks, and if you do have a partner, it's kind of good to like know who's doing what. But if you don't have a partner, you really need to come up with a plan on how you're going to share all of your content. And Hootsuite is great for that, and scheduling things on Facebook is also great for that too.
Right. And like I said earlier, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. So if you are working alone, maybe just tackle one or two social media accounts and not all of them, because you don't want to spread yourself so thin that you end up neglecting one of the sites and focusing more attention on a particular one, because that's not going to look good. Is, because if people start following you on Twitter and your last post was September 2014, that looks kind of suspect. Like, are you really active? Like, are you really still in business? Like,
Hmm.
so
And
it doesn't
yeah.
look good.
And the thing about it too is like we do have our Facebook posts going to Twitter, even though I'm not crazy about that, but I was kind of like forced into that. But
By who?
someone who shall remain nameless.
Wow.
But the thing is, I go to some Twitter pages, and that's all it is content that's pushed from IG and Facebook. And those Twitter pages are kind of boring because I'm like, if I wanted to see your IG and Facebook feeds, I would be on IG and Facebook. So we do that sometimes. Oh, do. Duh. So we do that sometimes. but but I prefer to post directly to Twitter, be it through Hootsuite or actually through my phone. So just make sure that you have a combination of the two if you decide to have Facebook feed your Twitter page. Because if someone just goes there, they're going to be like, this person isn't truly active on Twitter if you haven't had any posts come or be posted directly from or while you're on Twitter.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there is one last social media management app that, well, two more. But you know what? Go ahead and do yours, Nishay, because I think that last one we can just kind of glaze over really quick.
Oh, which one are you gonna do?
The buffer one.
Oh, so yeah, so the Buffer one, I haven't used that one yet, but Buffer, you could do Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, LinkedIn, and we just saw on the website that they're now allowing you to push content to Pinterest too. Now, Buffer is a paid service, I'm not sure exactly about the pricing because it makes you sign up in order to do it, and I just didn't do it.
Right.
but but it
We're all
is.
about the free stuff.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, if we pay for something, that means we really want it, or we really think it's going to help our business. Because we've even contemplated paying for a couple of websites that'll actually kind of recycle your content for you. It's almost like a smart website, and you post something once, and then it'll post it several times over several weeks or months. You tell it when to stop,
Right. It,
which
it
is
creates a
great.
library of
Right.
all of your content, which was I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
You know.
If you want to hear more about that, just send us a message, or you know, just add a comment on the show notes or on YouTube or Facebook, wherever. And then maybe we'll do a separate podcast or video about our experience if we sign up for it. And then the last one is IFTTT. And this one, I've tried it before. Maybe I'm just not smart enough.
Yeah, I won't comment on that.
But it seems like it's pretty cool. And I'm like looking at my phone now. And it's where you can set up a whole bunch of if-then statements. So it works with like Tumblr, Evernote, YouTube, Vimeo, Google Drive, Pocket, Square, you name it. And here are examples of some if-then statements. If you post a photo on Instagram, then share it on Twitter. So once you set that statement up, then it will automatically do it every single time. Or here's another one. Every time you update Facebook, then share the same content on Tumblr too. So you kind of get the idea, right? Here's another one. If you like a video on YouTube, then automatically share it on Tumblr. So it's um, a desktop and mobile app that just allows you to kind of automate your social media accounts a little bit more. I think you just need to take the time to set it up. And when I initially downloaded it, I was just too lazy to do it. It was too much work.
We need an intern.
We do.
Who wants to be our intern? Okay,
Free,
let me clarify.
free.
Free. No money.
One day it can turn into paid.
Right.
Right.
We have way too much stuff to do, and it's ridiculous.
It is. It's so ridiculous. But yeah, you should. The point is, you have to figure out what works right for you and for your business. And let's say you're listening to this and you might not be a small business or entrepreneur, but even for our personal blogs, we do the same thing. Like, we still use Hootsuite, and we still make sure that we're scheduling things to get our content out there. So it's worth looking into.
Yeah. So just think about all of the apps that we've mentioned and make sure that your goal is to focus on what will help you improve your business, what will help you engage with your customers and your followers more consistently, because that is what ultimately what you should want, you know. So
Absolutely.
hopefully we were able to help a little bit, even though
Yeah.
we were rambling for, a lot of the time. So, but of course, all of that's going to be edited out for the audio version.
But if
Just
you're
an FYI.
watching the video, sorry.
Yeah, you have to suffer through it. Yep.
Anywho, we hope that you found this video interesting. Some upcoming videos that we're working on for you is using things like PicMonkey in order to make your pictures awesome.
Yeah, and other free photography tools and apps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also using Fiverr as a business tool. We've done it several times and we think it's absolutely awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned for those.
Yeah, and if you head on over to the website and um, like search, for example, Hootsuite or photography, you'll see articles that we've already written in the past about them. So I would definitely recommend going over there. We have another amazing truck that well, let me start over. We interviewed another amazing fashion truck owner, and her podcast will be out next week, and we really think that you'll like her, so we're kind of excited about that.
Yeah. And if you guys have any recommendations or suggestions on any fashion truck owners or anybody that you feel is an, inspiration or can provide any type of positive feedback or any type of value to small business owners, let us know and give us their contact information so that we can reach out to them or give them our contact information and have them contact us. So our email address is info@findafashiontruck.com. So feel free, any suggestions, we appreciate it, and we'd be happy to reach out.
Yeah. And of course, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at FFT underscore official underscore. And if you go over to Pinterest, Google Plus, or Facebook, just type in Find a Fashion Truck and our pages will come right up.
And I just want to bring up a side note. For the video, everybody sees, Nisha and her fancy mic and her fancy Beats by Dre headphones. And you see, I have my little iPhone in earbuds. I am currently taking collections so that I can get some big girl podcast equipment, some grown up like fancy stuff like Miss Nisha here because I feel a little inadequate. Like I feel like this is affecting productivity, it's affecting quality. I could probably do a better job. I would feel better as a person overall if I had some Beats by Dre headphones.
So nice.
And I mean like the higher end ones, like with the gold trim, like yeah, like that, like yeah, the good ones, the limited editions. That's what I mean. Bluetooth,
make some miracles
all that
happen,
good stuff.
people. Make some miracles happen.
So I don't know if I should start a GoFundMe account or if you just want to send money directly to my PayPal to contribute. Let me know.
Wow.
Because I don't want to, continue to look like the poor kid with my, my mic from the dollar store and my,
Were those the free headphones?
Yes, these are the free earbuds that came with my iPhone. So, help a sister out.
Wow.
Because she rubs it in my face about how fancy her stuff is all the time.
Wow, now you're going for
so this whole video, I have to sit here looking at the fancy mic and the fancy headphones. Like,
but at least now you have, your fancy gold,
nobody
iPhone
can see that
desktop. You can't see it. How about now?
So no, because you have it on an app. Jeez. Okay, first of all, don't even bother. Nobody can see that. You're comparing a free downloadable wallpaper graphic to a fancy mic and some Beats by Dre. Are you
saying it's the little things?
Is it?
Little things that should keep you happy, man.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And then when we have all the critical people,
2 solid minutes of begging.
I know. No, but this is explanation that lead it up that backs the begging. Like I needed a solid background. to justify why I need the contributions.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, yes.
So,
Hmm.
what was I going with this?
I don't even know because you're just like the podcast is done. I don't even
I
know if
know.
this would be included in the real podcast, but you will
We
see
don't
it on
need it in the
video.
real podcast because they can't see it. So we'll just keep it in the video, But I just wanted everybody to know that I feel like the stepchild and I have just hand me downs. Like, I just don't appreciate, like, I can't really effectively do my job.
Okay, yeah, now we're officially on 5 minutes of begging.
It's
Well,
not
folks.
begging, though. I'm just saying, I'm just reflecting.
Thanks for listening.
I know, right?
We appreciate it.
You can send those funds
Dr.
to
Dre, if you're
PayPal.
listening,
You can send
Dr.
those
Dre.
funds to PayPal, info@findafashiontruck.com.
Right.
Any
And
amount.
and Dr. Dre, if you're listening, if you could hook her up, that would be awesome. I'm sure that'd be just kind of like another tax write-off for you.
Or would it be Apple? Maybe Apple.
Nice. You
Yeah.
said who?
Apple.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
somebody.
Right. Oh, right. Apple.
Like, if you have a pair that you don't want, you can just go ahead and mail those
Donate.
to me.
Wow. Used headphones? Okay, that's just gross now. Okay. We've
yeah,
gotta go.
I didn't think about it until afterwards. But let's just go. We out of here.
Yes, thank you.
We gone. So until next time, folks, I'm hot. I gotta. Yeah. Let's go.
All right. Take care.